cool pen for taking notes, though.
You guys want to come over and participate? I think this is going to be more informal for a lot of you.
What? Okay, and then who's our primary seller?
Is my telephone has the rest?
Jennifer, it is, yeah, Marcy. It's over kind of in the bottom middle. Michaela, do you want to come sit by me?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Me and Michaela will sit right here.
Okay.
And then if we have customers, me and Michaela will be the sellers. And we'll see how that goes.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, sound good? When we have customers, me and you are going to go sell to them. Okay.
Okay.
So, I know I thank you all for coming into our, this is
Our home, our space. Do you see it?
this is our fourth.
Oh yeah, we should be keeping track. I think this is volume 4.
Yeah. And I haven't, so, welcome to the channel up. My name's Aaron. I'm here to, usually I know we go over like the, like using like CapCut and all those programs to do, you know, to make videos. That's about what you want to do on your own like YouTube channel. But today, you know, and I just wanted to bring, you know, some things to light for attention, because not only, you know, have I had to deal with not just you, Dylan, but for other people that, you know, online trickery with scammers and stuff. It's like they just populate everywhere, and they, you know, they're just so difficult to deal with. But that's where I can come in and help you guys understand a lot of the intense things that I can help protect you, things that you can do on your own that can help you also to be, you know, protective, preventative. So I'm just gonna go into it. Scams and emails. Okay, this is the everybody knows they have a junk folder on their in their email box. The junk folder's there if your email provider attaches a suspicious email coming in that basically is asking for like information and like all this different stuff. I didn't know my phone falling, but you know, that's, there we go. But we all know that there are going to be times where your email provider is not always perfect, unless you're Google, for that matter. But let's go to just different things that I want. You know, what do they want out of your emails and stuff? Well, they want to get your info from the dark web. Now, the dark web, I know, sounds like a spooky place to go, but it's basically part of the internet where, and this happens, where you have these people called data brokers who sell your information to scammers. And so that's how come you get your scam emails. That's how you get like your messages as well. Nobody's really exempt from it. They can hit on any front. Email is primarily one of them. I will tell you, for like email for people who are scammers, who like some of the scams I've seen is what they do is the bank scam. So that's basically where they ask you to log into your bank account. They send you like a refund form. You fill that out, and basically then they transfer you to like a person who's like the financial department. Which, remember this, when you're on the phone with somebody from like a support, if they ask you for your password, I think the thing you need to do first and foremost is ask, can I speak to a manager? Because nobody who's on any type of scam or any kind of support is going to give out your email or is going to want to ask you for password. That's a big no-no on their end because they already have access to everything. So if you see somebody doing that, I would ask for a manager because they have to by law to do it. And tell the manager if they're giving out, they're asking you for a password and it feels uncomfortable. That's one. But basically with the refund scam is that they can take the information, they say that you go into a higher department, they ask you to download software. One of the softwares that they downloaded that a lot of my scam fighting friends like to use is AnyDesk. AnyDesk used to be a software that scammers use. Now people who want to combat scammers are using it, and they have donated millions of dollars out to the communities to help people with financial stuff. But that's pretty good. But yeah. One of the most dangerous ones is where they'll ask you to put money in, withdraw money from a actual ATM from a bank, and then go. Basically, what they do is where they would drop it off in a PO box, and a money mule would basically get it, and basically they take a 10% cut from that and send the rest to countries such as India. That's one of the most biggest countries of scammers. For Dylan's case, it was Nigeria. Keep in mind, I already gave that info over to them, and that guy hasn't even. And I did such a good job that they haven't had any need to contact me or anything. This guy doesn't even want to deal with me because he knows what I'm doing, which is basically after helping him, getting everything set up and stuff. I told Dylan, leave that account there for 26 days because I'm just gonna, anytime he gets online, I'm just gonna say, hi, can I help you? Why are you on this account? Why are you doing this? You want to tell me what the weather is in India or better yet for your area, Nigeria? I would love to know. Say I could send a bunch of my friends that way. They're called freaking police. Crime. Did you know that a cyber crime unit has all your information now? Because you screwed up. I help people fight scammers if they've been scammed. This is like I told Dylan, this is lunch for me. Literal lunch. I love to eat these guys out alive. They get caught anyway, so it's fun to mess with them. Like I said before, if you're gonna mess with a scammer, just mess with them. It's fun. It's hilarious. You're wasting their time, their money. So you're doing the world a great job. So, but also, what also do they want is they don't care who they are. They literally don't care. They just don't care at all. You can have somebody who has dementia and gives out the info, and literally they don't care what you have. They'll be like, oh, we're just making money off of this old lady who doesn't know better. And I'm like, so I just pulled these out of my email just for the fun of it, because these guys are idiots. They can't even spell right half the time. So, payment to my email address. And if you guys didn't know, they have Aaron GDF G41, and then they have Aaron GDF41 at gmail.com, comma. So these guys don't even know how to spell. It's the first thing to look for. Anything that says that a balance, or even, let's see here. With this, I know a lot of people are like, well, what is the Google Assistant privacy litigation settlement? how do you know if it's a scam? If you go up here and do that, which I can zoom in, but basically if you get those, look at the email addresses up there. If they don't make sense or it doesn't make anything like, that looks right, don't give it. The best thing to do is report it beyond your merry way. Because companies like Google and iCloud, they have kind of the same or more abilities than people who fight scammers, also for a fun hobby, to be able to list that. Like for Gmail, if they see that there's a scam message, it's submitted, and they've reviewed it. Not only does that block it on your account, but it actually goes to every other account that's out there that's Gmail.
Is that like when you hit the three little dots and hit like report as spam?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's really cool how Google does it. iCloud does it good. The only company I will say that does not do a very good job of scammers and emails, Microsoft. I will just say it how it is. Every person that I've met who has had Microsoft account info has had a lot of scams in their emails because Microsoft just wants money, they don't want people. That's how they work. I mean, like literally even now they only give like 5 gigabytes of actual storage for email plus your OneDrive information. I know Apple is just as guilty with their 5 gigabyte stuff, but their plans are a lot cheaper to use than it would be with Microsoft. So if you're on Microsoft and you want to switch over to a different email provider, if you're on Android, I recommend Gmail. You're on Apple, I recommend iCloud. Just because I know, and there's Yahoo as well, but Yahoo, Microsoft, they just don't really care. They just care about the money profit. And I've actually had Microsoft employees even tell me like, no, these guys, they do it on purpose. They still want your money. They don't do it to be safe. And that's what kind of shocked me. I was like, well, that's not okay, The email provider I choose should be able to protect me. But, it is kind of what it is. Scams from messaging apps. This is where, just before I go any further, so everybody's kind of aware, I asked Dylan if it was okay, because he sent me some of the stuff they were asking on Facebook Messenger. I asked him first, because I didn't want to be late or anything, if I could just put a couple of those on there. Just not to show anything bad. This is more informational than it is, than anything. I want people to be safe. A lot of these guys are using this was pretty clever of doing that. I was surprised. Even though it's not the picture, I just didn't go in and edit it.
What is that, jellyfish?
I guess so.
Cute.
Sorry.
The chicken record name is me too now.
Like with mermaids?
So
No, via email.
messaging services.
Yeah, via email.
So how these guys use it is that they look at their victim's Facebook page first, and then they determine what kind of scam they're gonna hold up. So, if, like for me, they would try to use I would say the Facebook. Facebook has had the most scammers because it's hard to try to get your, if you get hacked, to switch. So, but basically these guys use Facebook, they use X, I'm gonna say Twitter, because that's just what it is. Instagram, they use Facebook Messenger, TikTok, they'll even use WhatsApp, which is funny because it's all end-to-end encrypted, so they can't really download it, they use message log. of everything. And if you don't want to be in that group, you just click leave and it deletes it. So,
How do they steal people's pictures though and use their accounts from
Uh,
TikTok?
you know what? I'm just about ready to get to that. And this is
You're ahead of the game, Marcy.
thanks to Dylan giving me the information. I can show you exactly how they do this. So this stuff was some of the stuff that this guy sent him. And I was looking at it and I'm like, wow, they actually
I
attempted
caught
to.
them because of the way they talk to you, because if they're from a different country, they don't talk English, they talk in different,
Yeah,
like different words, and
So-
they're not together like a level sentence.
yeah, here. Let me, I'm just gonna go into the photos because this is hilarious. Dylan, I wish you would have just played these
Well, they
guys
just
like.
try to get information from me, and,
Yeah. I just wish Dylan would have played these guys so
but,
well.
I caught them and I called them out and
So,
finally admitted yes.
one thing I like to-
Nigeria.
Yeah, one thing I like to mention with this, if you see any of this, like a person you don't know, don't respond and just either, if you think it's a scam, report them. If you think it's just the wrong person, just delete it. Those are the simplest two things I can tell people to avoid that stuff going, forward. But see, this is funny because the only reason he made this, because he says he's like, oh, this is Dylan Buff, and he doesn't use the question mark in the right place. Yes, Dylan says, yes, who is this? So, one thing you need to know, any kind of messages you get like this, Facebook, they'll never send you those messages. In fact, actually Apple has a way that you can detect who is actually working for Facebook and who is not. So up here, it'll have the Facebook logo and it will have Facebook support. Apple does a feature where on their phones is that when you go into like a chat message using iMessage for like Facebook, X, even Amazon, they have it to where it's all end-to-end encrypted. So it means they don't have to, it'll just say Facebook support. And it will have literally this whole section, probably blue and white, to show you that it's actually Facebook talking to you. But the first thing is that, hi, sorry, this is Marty. I work for Facebook. I'm a computer engineer for Facebook. I mean, it seems pretty, I noticed they log into an unknown device in her Facebook. An iPhone 15 Pro, which is not compatible with your iPhone. If you get a message like that is Dylan, I don't know how you did it, but that was like the dumbest thing that person actually said. Yeah, your iPhone 15 is not compatible. You have an iPhone 13 Pro. Yeah. I'm sorry, this is hilarious. Oh yeah. And Dylan, this is also why I'm doing this, because they target people who maybe can't help themselves. To me, I don't like that. I actually got really upset that they actually did that to him. But going through a lot of these messages, I won't go into any more. But this guy absolutely does not know what he is doing. And how do I know that? Is because the messages he's sending doesn't make any sense. So it's not worth the 5 cents to try to make sense of it. Kind of like what I did. But knowing this, how to protect myself from these different scam groups. How do I protect myself going forward if something happens? Personally, like I've said to many people, I use this called Cloaked. So I don't know if any of you heard about it. It's It's a really good software. Yes, you have to pay a monthly fee, but it can't. What it does is it removes all that information off the dark web, off any kind of any data brokers. It erases it completely, and as long as you're subscribed, it keeps it actually erased. So that's where you get all your scam and spam calls and text messages. Is through, through people who have leaked your information on the web, whether it was consensual or not. And that's something I want people to know, that it is a tool. It is like $12.49 a month, but using it and removing that information is awesome, because you don't really have to pay for like any kind of spam block, because it automatically builds that in for you. You get a VPN, you get all these different features, and if you ever were hacked and damages were done, they have a trust fund with up to $1 million in protection. So, is it worth $12.49? Yeah. Is it worth getting rid of all those scam and spam messages? Yeah. I use that with our channel.
Do they monitor any of the money apps like Cash App, Venmo, PayPal?
So, their VPN basically, so they only monitor the data that's been leaked and on the dark web, which is basically 99.9%. But they also come with a free VPN that you can use. So if you log into those really personal accounts, it basically blocks your IP so nobody can see it. So you're a lot more secure on the cloud, well, on your banking apps and all that, versus not having a VPN and your IP address being shown to whoever is viewing it online. So I tell people, go in, put your email, put your phone number scan in there, and see how much information these guys really know about you. About how and what they can. All these scammers have only one reason, is to make money. So, and these guys have been rated by the Better Business Bureau. They've been rated by Apple, Google, almost every good company out there. But also how to protect yourself, making sure your browser and Mac OS is up to date. Make sure that's up to date. Because they will give you they'll give you the latest security patches and stuff. So that's important to have. Apps like Cloak or Aura, those two apps, well, those two companies, try to protect you online. So they're super good at it. Like I said, either which one you go with, you're not gonna look back and say I wasted money. You're gonna be like, wow, I got rid of these scammers on with my messages and emails. They don't have any of their info on me, which is my right to privacy, which is also everybody's right. It's actually named a human right. So, yeah. Oh, never give personal information about yourself to anyone. And here's why. Anyone, friends, and I'm going to say this for staff as well, because the truth is that if a staff asks you for information, they should just be able to look inside a book that has all your information right there and be able to help you. They don't need to know what information, unless something has changed in your staff before asking you do this for me, then yeah, that one I would do. So this way they know. Usually they're in good communication, some companies aren't. So, but, or to any agencies that can't prove they are certified. Meaning that they have to be recognized by, every agency you have, DDA, ResHab, they have certificates that from the Department of Health and Welfare that they are legally allowed to be, to be a company. You can ask your company for that information. They have to give it to you by law. Because that's how they get funds and services for you. Now this is a big one because there are people who have been victimized. What do you need to do with victimization? Simple. Well, not simple. If it's passwords that you gave out, change your password on all of your websites that you have it on, and use an app for Apple users. It'll be passwords on iOS and macOS and all your other platforms. If you're on Android or Google's Chrome OS, it'll be on Google Password Manager. Or if you're on Windows, it will be Microsoft Authenticator for Windows and for Android and iOS. If you've given any of your bank information out, go to your bank and get that and ask them to help you transfer to all your money and stuff to a new account. Because once they have your information on your regular account, they can do whatever they want with that account. You don't even have to be logged in or even use a debit card. I tell people to do this is because by law, banks are supposed to help you if you've been like a victim of being hacked or scammed. They had this law introduced, I think, in 2014, 15, when this stuff was getting really high up, and Congress is like, no, we need to regulate this. We need to make sure that these people can get the amount of help they need. So they do. You've probably noticed at your bank they probably have an FDIC, where if you're scammed for a certain amount, they'll help cover for a certain amount of money, like fraudulent checks or access to your bank account without your permission or knowing. All of your funds are insured for that, and that's why they have kind of like bank fees and stuff, is to insure that. But also, if like per se, if you were to be, or something happens and the government has, that bank doesn't have any like money to flow in, they also use that to, they basically back you up $250,000 of worth if you had that much in your account. Which I know a lot of us would love to have $250,000 in our accounts.
Yeah. Steal some of Elon Musk's money.
I mean, he's actually the world's first trillionaire, so
Oh, wow.
that's actually.
Not getting started on that. I don't happen to his bank account, honestly.
Surprisingly, the guy does so well because he actually has autism.
I heard some bad stuff about him. Let's talk. I'll stop talking. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bring him up.
Oh, no. It's just funny because he's even helped combat scammers. So, it's actually good. Yeah, so. But yeah, no, your bank can help you, if anything goes wrong, your bank can help you switch over to a new account and not have to like have any fees or anything. Because if you're a victim of being scammed, it's not fun, it's not fair, and I don't want anybody here to feel like uncomfortable with any of this, because this is a lot. I get it. I'm throwing a lot out there. My whole goal with this is to make sure you guys are informed. Like, seriously informed what you can do and how you guys can protect yourselves. Because people, and I don't want us to be like stereotyping or anything, but people with disabilities, some of them know what to do, some of them don't. And I want to help. It's like my passion is to help people, especially with electronics. I've done it throughout the years that I've been in life. I've only gotten more into this scam stuff is because I've had too many friends who have fallen victim to it, and I got tired of it. I was like, no, I'm gonna fight these days. But the bigger one that I want to put into picture, do not give, if they ask for a social security number, do not give that away. If you know it, do not. If you did, please, I'm now begging on my knees, well, begging on my chair, please go to the Social Security Administration and get a new social security number. I cannot tell you how much identity theft is worse than getting hacked or scammed. Because that can literally just ruin your life. And it's sick that these people who go in and do this stuff. Like, it makes me sick. I'm just gonna be straight honest with it.
Oh, yeah.
Do we have any questions for today? Anything I can help you guys like answer?
I feel more confident like when you hit the report as spam, that actually does something.
Yeah.
I kind of always feel like that's a waste of my time, but if it goes somewhere, if it does something, I'll do that. When I get spam messages.
Yeah. Anything that you can report and feel empowered is just a win in my book. But it's also a win in people's, in a book for a person. I mean, people, elderly, disabled, they get targeted so much, it's not even funny. And so that's why this month I wanted to kind of focus on safety. What can you do to protect? Or what happens if you were a victim of a scam? Yeah?
I got a question. On your screenshots of Dylan's scam, it looked like there was like a homepage picture from his phone.
Homepage?
Yeah, like on your slide.
Yeah. Yeah, so,
Did he send that, or did they
Yeah.
like send it to him? Yeah, that
yeah,
one.
they sent it to him. So what they were trying to do,
How did they get a picture of his homepage?
you know what? That is a very good question. Dylan, was at any point did you send like a picture, like a screenshot of your homepage? Do you know?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me
You sent them a picture of your homepage? Your
Yeah.
screenshot, whatever you call it?
Yeah, I wanted to actually look at that because that's a good question. I don't even.
Well, when you're talking to people though, that if you don't know they're a scam at first, you actually exchange photos and stuff, and that's how they get them, and then they can use your picture to scam other people.
Yep.
Because then they clone you, and they clone your information you have, like when people look at your profile. And
Oh.
you can see, oh, you're from this area, you're from here, so they use your area, like where you have listed on there, and your picture, and they make a whole new profile.
So, which Dylan got very lucky. Like I said, he came to me first about it because I'm like the techno type person. I know a lot about this stuff, which I'm glad he did. I'll also talk to you and your staff because I want to give you guys like a bit what I've done on my end to help you. So this way, your staff knows what's going on, you know what's going on. Because I'm just that type of guy. But yeah, no, that's weird because that is. Oh, I will tell you one thing, Dylan. So, oh, I know what he did. That is sick.
That is odd.
What happened here?
So this guy actually knew what he was doing for half the time. Because he's like, do you have the app? He says, yes I do. Go into that app and show me. You screenshot not the app going into it. You screenshot the entire screen
Yeah.
on one of your text messages, dude.
Yeah.
Because he said go into that app and show me screenshots. No, and you gave the entire screenshot of your whole screen.
Yeah.
That's why I'm doing these type of classes to help people, because this is taking advantage of somebody who has a disability, may not understand all the context. So I'm so sorry, Dylan, to go through that.
Is it fair to say that maybe a good rule would be we don't give information, like we
That's-
only get?
That's the numeral right there. That is like number one. Never give away personal information. It could be your screenshots. It could be even your email address. Like these guys will find they tricked him to finding his, to try to get information from him. Thankfully, throughout those entire things, they failed to get your information for your bank account.
I would share something that I do whenever I'm thinking I'm being scammed, is I like go ask a friend or family member to look at it too.
Yeah.
Because
And
a
there's
lot of
no-
times you can miss something.
There's-
So it's
yeah.
good to have a couple people look at it.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Yep.
Like
People
take
who
apart-
can function who can function normally, even they have this problem. Yes. And my thing is, it's sick to do it to a person who, doesn't have a disability or elderly or dementia, like I said, to a person who does. Like, it's just not fair.
Oh yeah, you mentioned the elderly. Oh yeah, well, my mother, she passed away a couple years ago, but I remember so one time she was browsing her computer, and she got a message on her computer that your computer has been hacked, and it's from Microsoft, although it was not.
Yeah.
I mean, you
I
get a
get
phone
them all
number.
the time.
And unfortunately, she got a bill for it, and we almost had to, almost lost like $8,000. But thankfully, my brother-in-law, who was nearby, he realized it didn't sound right, that she was taking this money to
Would've just-
Asian food market
Yeah.
for sending, and thankfully, we
Yeah.
stopped it before it was too late.
Yeah. And if you ever think that your computer is like
Hacked.
hacked, there is a secret I will tell you.
I mean, I know for one thing, apparently if we see that number and it says it's from Microsoft, that's not true, because
Yeah.
Microsoft doesn't do that stuff.
Microsoft, so
They don't care about you anyway.
nowadays with like companies, I know Amazon asks if you want to speak to somebody, they have a secure site where you can enter your phone number, and that is legal, okay? That's legal to do because you're a customer. They just want your phone number because they have to send it to their server and match it with your account, and then get you, and then come back with a person to help you. So they only match your account with that versus take that information and then bombard you.
Okay.
One thing I will say though, with asking for help, there's no shame in it. If you think your computer's been hacked and you think there's a virus on it, it's an easy thing that you can do is I would always keep a backup of your stuff, whether it's on the cloud or whether it's on a hard drive. Afterwards, go into your computer's BIOS and reinstall Windows. That's it. That's for PC people. Mac, it's a little bit more strict down. So, do Macs get viruses? Yes. They're only like Mac OS to Mac OS. I mean, that was like back in the day with when they had Intel. Recently, Apple with the new Mac OS is dumping all Intel-based Macs with iOS 27. So basically meaning that it's almost going to be impossible to get a virus on Mac and iOS devices versus like the scanning's another thing. So, but yeah, does anybody else have any other questions about it?
Do you know what next week's topic or next month's topic is going to be?
Yes, so since we delved into this, I know this can touch feelings and stuff, but I'd rather say it and give you guys the information to be successful, independent online, because that's like the goal. The goal is to be as independent as you can online, so this way you can know how to fight this kind of stuff. And I might bring this up a little bit more often just because of how often these get run. But next month, I want to do a one-on-one with you guys. I want you guys to be, so before and after this class, I want you guys to write stuff that you feel like you want to do on YouTube now that you've had some of the basics with like CapCut.
Ooh, that's exciting.
And
Okay.
now that you guys know a little bit more about security and safety in that aspect, because we've now got the two together. So now our 5th session, nice sponge. But next session, I want to be able to help you guys be able to have your own channel that you can choose what you want in it and how you want people to know about it and how to share it. So I think that's going to be a great asset. I have now given all of you I like to tell this kind of like as a joke, but weapons of mass creativity. So this way you guys will now be able to be more successful in your classes going forward. If we have any new people that come aboard, welcome. I will get with you and get you caught up. But I think now going forward, now that we know the social side, now we know the safety side, we can now push into creativity side. Where I can be able to help you guys build your own channels, be successful at whatever you're gonna do, so we can channel up. The reason I named this channel up was not because of the 4 sessions that we did, but because of the same shirt that Dylan is wearing. I don't even think he knew. I was hoping you would wear a Mario shirt, because we're going to basically do something like this called Channel Up. To help you up your level with this. So, any questions about that? No?
Sounds good.
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Like I said, I know this was a tough subject to sit on today. It's always a tough subject to sit on, especially with people. Or if anybody, really. But me being able to help you guys, I have no regrets with that. I'm now able to help empower you guys to be successful with streaming and or making YouTube. I had to do all this stuff starting out with my channel. So it's always going to be touchy subjects, but there's also ways you can find good and fun in that. So,
Sounds good.
thank you all for coming today. Thank you.